Pisco.
Yo,
What
we're
up?
having a debate bro Chad come in and talk to you.
It was
Is
crazy.
he from the community?
Wait, who?
Senator Skoufis. He seemed like he had a
Who
lot of
the
deep.
asked?
Oh,
No one can even
my
hear you because you don't have your goddamn microphone next
Oh,
to your mouth.
Crap. Sorry,
Put it-
guys. Is this better?
Well, it's like right, like fist away.
All right.
Okay, closer. There you go. All right.
All right. We good?
Anyway, yeah,
You're
that was
just trying to put me off.
I can put you off so easily. It doesn't even matter. I don't have to try.
Well, what did you think about that interview?
It was fantastically done.
Yeah, I think you could use some work though. Don't you think?
In what way?
Like he came here ready to debate Israel-Palestine, and you really didn't bring in the heat that I would expect.
I was ready to debate Israel-Palestine, but I feel like I'm trying not to make any jokes. So I'm just killed. I can't. Sorry. What else do you want to talk about next?
No, well, I just think I thought that it was really cool, and I
Cut
think
this.
it's really cool that that everyone's trying to be in a competition to see who can dress the most casually, and I almost think that that's good for our Democratic candidates to seem more approachable. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Trump wears a suit everywhere he goes with his gaudy red tie. You know, Trump's
Yeah.
dressed up
Every
everywhere.
time I have a point, you just bring up Trump.
Well,
as
I'm
though he's,
sorry.
like,
That's
the
where my
ultimate
mind
counter.
is. Well, you know, he is the president-elect of the United States of America. You see that Republicans are copying his like uniform. There's like a Trump uniform now
No,
where they have navy blue suits and the huge red ties.
how much longer until they have like armbands and different?
I imagine it's going to be the orange
slogans?
spray tan first.
Bro.
Imagine if RFK does some like policy to like get rid of toxic chemicals in the U.S. and Trump's like spray tan comes under attack.
One of my favorite moments in the interview was when he talked shit about RFK and was like, we're going to have an anti-vaxxer as head of HHS. I think that's based, and I don't like people, I'm not going to call out specific names, Governor Polis, that have been like, RFK, has some good ideas. No, we don't want him.
Well,
And
this guy just said RFK has some good ideas.
He did? Missed
Oh,
that
man.
part. I was getting my Red Bull.
Was he's oh god, hold on, wait, what was it? He said that that RFK would want to oh my god, it was right on the tip of my brain. That RFK would want to don't look at chat, look at me.
Okay.
You were listening. He said that RFK wanted to ban a thing, get rid of a thing,
He didn't-
regulate a thing. Oh my god, you just
Yeah.
made it escape my mind.
No,
No,
you
we're
think
just
about
gonna
it.
sit here and we're not doing anything until we remember what this was.
Yeah.
It didn't have to do with water, fluoride, no. Insulin caps, no. That wouldn't even be part of his job.
Medication pads.
Oh,
Ads.
that was. Oh, I would have never remembered that. Fuck me, never mind. Oh yeah. Pharmaceutical ads on TV. I think we're
Yes.
like one of the only countries that does that.
But yeah,
But sure, yeah.
one part of the interview really put me off though. Like I have to say, he didn't talk about what kind of abode he came from.
Oh, that's true. Because I know O'Malley came
O'Malley
from the
came from the
log
log cabin.
cabin, and this guy, who knows what test tube he crawled out of, not knowing that if he came out of a home or
Whoa.
not, right?
Whoa, and he said he wanted to put Jews in tents.
Okay, no,
What?
he didn't say that.
Oh, sorry. He said he was. We're joking.
Way too edgy.
We're joking. We're joking, guys. All right, folks.
The homeless one in 10, so it'd be like an upgrade.
Stop.
It'd be better than.
Stop.
Anyway.
Okay. These are.
He did say though, and he did point out an important thing,
Yeah.
is that there are groups that traditionally, actually I don't know traditionally if like Orthodox Jews ever voted Democrat, but
I was wondering about that.
there were like
99%.
a lot of Jewish people in the United States after Biden-Harris, and seeing what happened in Israel, and then the fact that like Trump and the Republicans are like shamelessly like we love Israel no matter what. A lot of Jewish people I think did kind of like tend in that direction, and there are some communities that like super strongly support. Even for people I know personally, like they'll say it's like talking to Canadians about Trump. Canadian conservatives, they'll be like, yeah, Trump's kind of crazy and weird, but like it's the conservatives, so we would support him. There's a lot of Jews who
Yeah.
are like, yeah, Trump's kind of crazy and weird, but like he's got Israel's back or whatever. So it was like a
And
thing.
that's a
yeah.
major issue for them.
Yeah.
I think this was such a great day of first interviews because we have, I think both of these people were DGG pilled in a way, but a contrasting visions. Like on the one hand, you have what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Why are you laughing? You laugh at everything
I'm
I
not
say.
laughing. I'm not laughing. Go ahead. Just
Okay,
Keep going. Keep going.
so-
There, did you pill? Yeah, keep going.
You don't agree with that?
No, I do agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Martin O'Malley, I think he has the longevity. He was very much been a part of the Democratic Party for a while. He can bring that experience, and he's talked about like the different many races he's won. But generationally separate from this kind of outsider lane that Senator Skoufis is trying to make for himself. Which of those visions do you think that there's merits to both of them? And how do you feel about having such, Skoufis was throwing some direct shade at Mr. M, your friend. So what do you think about the contrast of visions there? What do you think about those two candidates in one day within hours?
We need to set up an influencer boxing match between
Debate
the two.
between O'Malley and Skoufis?
Or a debate, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I understand that he is an outsider, so he has to throw some curveballs, because by definition, you're coming from the outside, meaning you've got to say, this is why a new approach should be tried, as opposed to the tried and true over there, like something's not working, so you should try.
Although O'Malley did say he wanted to do different things, the outsiderness of it, I agree, there's difference in tactics that both try to lay out, but it is true that O'Malley has been with the party longer. And,
yeah, kind of. An outsider is kind of a funny word
what do you think
and
about
funny term. Like, what does outsider even mean?
Are we buying like a phrase, like a
Well, I mean, like, because I
advertising?
point this out a lot with like Trump and them.
Yeah.
Like, Trump was the president of the United States.
Right, yeah.
Like, he has the most billionaire support ever. Like, is the guy? I think it was like within a few days in Mar-a-Lago, you had like Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Musk through those doors. This is like collectively what percentage of wealth of like the entire country.
Right.
And this is the outsider guy. Like, it feels like outsider is just like a term that's been co-opted, and it just means whatever I guess you want it to be.
Let's apply it a little bit more objectively and look at the facts. Skoufis he said openly, he really didn't even have national engagement until he announced for this race.
Yeah.
Skoufis has been in his district as long as he's been. He is definitely younger than the median age of a Democratic insider.
Yep.
He's never been part of the national spotlight. Contrast to O'Malley, who's a bit more of a known commodity, had major offices. So isn't there something to the notion that he's a political outsider? And we should be clear about the difference. I'm detecting that Skoufis is maybe a little bit more conservative than where I am, for example. It's not as important, I think, for the DNC chair necessarily, but it's also kind of an outsider ideologically, as well as the relationships over a period of time.
A little, but there are people that I respect so much. People like Skoufis, people like Ossoff, and people like Warnock, people who are I'll say like conservative Dems, although like conservative not in the sense that they're like MAGA, but like conservative Dems who maintain their democratic principles and values while still being a Democrat and still trying to fight and win in these like purple red areas. These people are precious, and they
not
need
being
to be
Manchin.
protected. Not being Manchin. Although even Manchin, I would take 100 Manchins in the Senate over a million fucking Tulsi Gabbards and RFKs. Right? That these people are very important, and I think it is important to hold on to them, and I think it's important to listen to them as we climb the ranks and we get to interviewing presidents and all prime ministers and everything else. One thing that I'm really curious, like, where are these conversations happening? Like, how are people crafting these messages? Because before getting more politically involved, my understanding was that everything worked on such a more sophisticated level rather than just like, well, this guy knows this guy and they had a chat and this is how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like messages like his or people that are winning in these like really red districts, these need to be incorporated more into the strategy. You saw even AOC, I think she tweeted out, right? Hey, who voted for me and Trump? Why? Right? Yeah, that's that would be a thing where I would imagine, like if somebody would say, would AOC ever tweet this? My response would be, of course AOC would never tweet that. I'm sure the DNC has like extensive polling data and stuff to figure that out, right?
Yeah, that was a great, I think, aspect that he kept drilling down on, Skoufis, that is. And also one that that I really liked, which you just mentioned about the informality of some of these relationships, is and what I think is actually a profound contrast to Trump. And even though he's in a Trumpian district, the vision that he's providing, and I'll explain it in a little bit, he's saying he's not in favor of a spoil system where we're just giving this for a nice title to this guy over here. He wants competence, in other words. And that's a kind of, I think, a good thing that Democrats need to get their head in. It's not about who deserves it. I heard this from, I'm sorry to be throwing so much shade at Connolly in the last few weeks because I've heard he's done good things. I'm really not trying to throw shade, but there was one clip that was pointed to by Kyle Kulinski where he was like, it was my turn or something, that it was more kind of like that he expected it, expectation or an entitlement. Whereas you think that what should be running the show is merit and who has the aptitude for it. And I like that what Skoufis said. I think it's a profound contrast to what Trump is showing right now with basically all the lobbyists coming in and everyone who's the highest bidder. Kushner, ambassador of France,
Is he really?
You didn't know that?
No.
No, his father, the one he pardoned.
Oh. Wait, I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah. I was thinking of
Yeah,
not James.
Jared.
Jared Kushner. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
My bad. Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, never mind. Wait. Do you think is that Kushner gonna have a role in government anymore?
he's the. Oh, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I
wouldn't
was
he?
just asking if anything's been announced for him right now.
Yeah, I think that.
What was his dad's name? Was it Charles?
Charles Kushner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's right. And
What a government.
what do you mean? I mean our government.
It's gonna like the cabinet and everything. Like what a
Yeah.
collection of people and roles. Is it Huckabee's still there? That hasn't changed, right? He's still
That
the
hasn't changed.
Yep, okay.
As far as I know.
Rubio is still there.
Yep.
There's nobody right now that's nominated that is or not officially nominated, I guess, but that's expected to not survive the process.
I think the closest ones right now are
Like
Patel
is Gabbard
and
in for sure?
I think Gabbard will win. I basically think all these people will win.
Okay.
But Gabbard supposedly had bad interviews with like everybody.
Okay.
But why does that matter in the age of Trump? I don't know. If I could scuttle any nomination, it'd be Patel, followed probably by RFK.
Jesus. Oh wow, I think Gabbard is worse than. I want to say both, but Patel is really bad too.
Yeah.
How do you have a guy in the FBI who made a comic or a children's book showing Donald Trump as the king? This is like levels of unhingedness that are.
And both candidates got that. O'Malley literally looked at you and said, "Shit's fucked."
It's
and
fucked, yeah.
Skoufis is like, "Yeah, these things are really bad. It's going to be really hard for folks everywhere in my district and across the country." And so they're not sugarcoating it, which to me is comfort, even though it's a black pill. And you guys can stop putting your doomer face in the chat, because I know they get it. They get it in a way that like shit's going to be fucked up, and we need to be positioned to take advantage of it, as opposed to, yeah, maybe he'll have some good ideas. No, I like that they're both oppositional, even though politically they come from very different backgrounds, and even ideologically, you could say there's some difference there. Okay, do you think he has Peter Parker vibes?
I didn't want to say this, and I don't know how to say this, but I don't know if I'm just crazy. His face gave me the impression of Counterpoints. Do you get that at all or no?
Not at all.
Fuck you. He did. Trust me, he did.
Bro.
Don't worry about it. He did. He
He
though.
did
Chat's
not.
agreeing with me right now. They're all spamming like Angel Thump or whatever.
You're face blind or something.
No, he did. There's something about it.
What I love is they were both. It felt that he was authentic with the Divine Beast stuff, because it's easy to buy a sweatshirt and say it's Zelda and I'm a gamer. By the way, he did say he was a gamer prior, and he said
But he
it's
also pronounces it Mario,
which
is questionable.
endearing, questionable,
Yeah.
very questionable. Don't do that in front of Steven. Well, anyway, but he was able to tell the difference between like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in the.
Well, I didn't start quizzing him on the
You did
gameplay or anything.
didn't you? Oh no, did you bring up Ocarina and Majora's?
I just said I played them, but we didn't like get into the
But
what
he
are
understood the
temples
nuances of it. You didn't know that the Switch was a Nintendo console. You were like,
I knew that.
the last Nintendo I had was a 64, and I'm like, haven't you ignored people on an event playing a Switch? And
I I wasn't even playing it. I just didn't want to talk to Vosh, so it was just blank the whole time. I was just staring at the screen.
yeah, but so who's a real fake gamer? But he knew, and he called them out. These are the divine beasts from Zelda.
Okay, but I played Baldur's Gate 3. Wow, the game of the year. Congratulations. That's like saying my favorite movie is Inception.
That's
wow,
one more
good
game than
job.
you played all year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because your mom says I'm playing games with her all the time.
Fell for that one. No, but I felt that was authentically him. I feel like he is a gamer. I feel like he is a Gen whatever you guys are. And I felt that Martin O'Malley, in his own way, was like with those like rustic stories or whatever, was authentic in his own way, and I enjoyed it. I don't right now. I'm letting them simmer on me a little bit.
I really do think we need more authentic-y people. Not even like authentic-y, but yeah, like charismatic. Like Newsom has good stage presence. Honest to God, and it's sad to say this, but like roll back the clock 20 years, Biden is very, very good and very powerful stage presence when he was younger. God
Yeah,
damn.
young Biden had riz.
A lot of energy. Yeah. And even, sadly enough, even looking at him in 2020, he had more.
Yeah.
Even
It's crazy
he was
seeing
like
debates.
cutting Trump off in like some of the debates or whatever when he was calling him crazy or whatever.
When
And-
he's like, finally beat Medicare. What?
we finally beat Medicare, bro.
That was bad. It's bad. It wasn't good.
Dude, there are way too many political moments this year where
Yeah.
everybody's like on the edge of their fucking seat.
Is it fair to say that Skoufis had more specifics?
That Skoufis had more specifics. I don't know. I think O'Malley did a good job at bringing it back to an example. Because
Yeah.
every time, because I actually wrote down in my notes, like, ask for examples, because I'm the example guy. You know? But O'Malley did a good job at pontificating and then,
Telling a story.
but then bringing it back to an example. And this is why, for example,
Yeah.
that thing that he said, actually, I thought was interesting.
Camel
and
bit.
so, but
Yeah.
it explained, actually, in my mind, a lot of what Hillary's problem was. Because I always point out the dichotomy of like make America great again versus America's already great, and it should have been like America's amazing and we do everything the best, you know, but this is a problem that we have with this group of people, so we're going to, you know, increase whatever thing. Formula.
I agree with that, and it was almost a nice little meta contrast as well, where he seemed to be more data focused, more point focused, more a little bit more debate brained, whereas he seemed more narrative focused. But they both also had points, and they both also, you know, Skoufis also had narratives and you know, larger. So I think they were both like strong interviews. Let's talk about your thought process in both of them. When he started talking about trans issues, Skoufis, what did that signal in your mind? Did you want to debate him? Did you want to?
I'm not here to debate.
Challenge
I'm not a
him?
DNC voter. I'm just a passive observer on the side. I guess I just want them to make kind of their strongest arguments for what it is they feel they're going to bring to the DNC chair. And then I'm just kind of curious to hear what their, I guess like what they're going to bring that is different than what the Democratic Party is offering right now. I don't know if getting into the weeds on like, well, how do you feel about this particular issue is as important. I don't remember if he said this off camera in the green room or on camera, but like this isn't a forum for them to run for election of a district to legislate or be a lawmaker in a district. It's for them to be like a facilitator of communications for the entire Democratic Party. So in a way, their individual policy positions aren't as important. You're not looking for the guy who aligns with you politically the most. You're looking for the guy who empowers the party the most, right?
And how did you feel about that answer? I thought it was a pretty good one from Skoufis, where you asked him straight up, you're a local guy, you know, how can you know what's good for the...
Tough question.
Tough question.
That was a real
And
hardball.
I thought he answered it pretty well, which is essentially, listen, I'm not going to lie to you about the position. I can't have perfect knowledge about every little area, but I have staff, and I can be a facilitator.
True. I have some staff, yeah.
You do have some staff.
Yeah. And they facilitate things, yeah. I'm sure that'll be a big, that's always like that's like an insider-outsider thing. Like, you know, this guy's got all the information. This guy's an outsider, so he's got like new perspective. So I imagine that's always a battle that people are getting involved in. I don't want to ask somebody a question that they like should know the answer to and don't. So I get a little bit nervous around asking some procedural questions.
Yeah.
But I can ask you now. Fuck, but you're probably not going to know. I don't know. When he said that 75 chairs are appointed by
The state.
Yeah, by the DNC head or whatever. I'm curious, is there a decorum around them supporting somebody who is running for the chair, and then are like all 75 supporters of them like automatically going to switch, do you think? Or do you have any idea about that? Or
I know, but I don't want to say.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's really awkward because I know, and I was just asking you to explain to the audience, but no, I'm not going to say so. But we'll talk about it more off camera.
Yeah, off camera.
Where we know and don't say.
We both know.
Tune in tomorrow and we'll reveal the answer for you.
Yes.
Yeah, no spoilers.
And folks, I really also enjoy, I think there were very different energies about them, but the chat seemed to respond a lot to the gamer stuff, and I think there was a positive experience with both of them. Folks, if you enjoyed what Skoufis had to say, just like with O'Malley, make some noise, tweet, send an email or two, discuss it in the subreddits, in the Discord. I think just like
tweets and emails go a long way. They're really important.
And written letters to your Congress people.
If you want to write a letter, sure. Jesus
and
Christ.
Yeah, just be part of the conversation. I think that's important. We are going to be speaking with other candidates, and so don't think that it's the Skoufis O'Malley show, just those two. And I've already seen that thread that's like, you know, between Skoufis and O'Malley, it's obvious, you know, this person's the choice, whatever. There are more people running. I think there's 8 candidates that have qualified for the first, like, this is the first official event. Let's be real. I didn't like when Skoufis said the first official forum.
Because what is this? Chopped liver?
This is the first major event.
This is the Omniliberal Studios, New York.
What do you think about that name?
It's cute. And you have the little guy, the little face there. Supposedly it lights up.
It does.
You don't turn it on because the lights make it look weird.
You can't see anything. It just
How bright is it?
It's bright, bro.
Is it like easy to? Can you remote turn it on or?
No,
Okay.
we're not going to right now.
Okay.
It's,
we will
it's
after
not, it's
that.
not the time for that.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay. Any final thoughts? So let's talk more about the meta, about you.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you want to see us interview also more people for this, this is a reason why it would be important to have like tweets and emails, so that because when congressmen see, it's actually it happened even before we did any interviews, but when people see that you're working with people, they're already reaching out. It's like, hold on, I want to talk to you too. If these guys are talking to you,
When
okay,
you
it's the
already
high
have a
value
prom
male
date,
thing.
yeah.
When you're with a hot girl, all the other politician hot girls are like, oh, well, this guy's got some shit figured out. Yeah, they reach out. So yeah,
So
when
you're
people
going back
see
to the red pill arc.
exactly,
That's really
so
what
when
we're
people
doing.
see like positive tweets and stuff, they're like, okay, yeah, we want to work with this dude. Yeah,
Now, there was a point in the
red pill arc.
discussion.
Oh,
Well,
the discussion.
no.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Why didn't you bring up Gamergate when you were talking to Skoufis?
Honest to God, the Breath of the Wild thing meant that we were going to disagree a lot on gamer issues, and so I didn't really want to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to destroy him in front of 50,000 live viewers.
DGG, I'm gonna need you to make an edit of this, where Skoufis is about to say something, and you have your head thrown back, chugging a Red Bull. Why
But
do you think that
I'm
was
off camera.
appropriate?
I'm off camera.
You were in full vision. So
Okay, well, then
first
they
of all,
messed the camera up. It's
DGG,
supposed to be him
did
talking.
you see him
No,
head back, tilting, chugging the rest of his
I've
Red
had
Bull
this one 12-ounce thing for all
in
day.
front of the can? Like your head was like at this angle. Anyway, I'm just saying in the future.
Do you have a thing you were saying?
In the future, you might think about
And I'm sorry, I get a fucking straw. Is that what you want? I want a straw that snakes up through my fucking pants and comes out here, and I just want to be like that, okay? Like I'm fucking Stephen Hawking, okay? That's how I want to be drinking my.
that. Whoa,
He's dead. It's okay. No shade. Although
Okay.
I did spell his name wrong. Go ahead.
you did?
No, he did. PH.
You guys have the same name.
No, my last name's Bonnell.
Bunnell 2. Why don't you use the 2 more often?
Because it's confusing, and my dad's not famous enough to crowd out my name, so I'm
Your
just
dad
gonna
has the
take
same
it.
name. It's not your grandpa.
Why would he make grandpa?
Is your grandpa alive?
No? Does that matter?
No.
You're just asking? Is your grandpa alive?
No. He died a while ago.
Both of them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Never met on my father's side.
Jesus, you're a fucking vibe terrorist.
Sorry.
Just brought the energy down a lot. Oh my God. That's okay. Anyway.
So I want to talk about the meta real quick.
Okay.
Your headspace. You brought the energy for both interviews. Where are you at? Are you feeling like, wow, I'm an important person? Or you're like, these are just 2 interviews? Are you thinking...
We're kingmakers right now.
Okay.
We hold the whole DNC in the
DOJ.
palm of our hands.
We should hold the whole DOJ.
We will. Next time.
By the way, you did a great job with the other lawyer yesterday.
I had a lot of good prep.
I had a great teacher.
I had a great teacher.
And
Yeah.
tomorrow, when
Went to a
good
T46543 law
Stop
school or
it.
whatever the
Stop
fuck.
it.
Yeah. Amazing teacher.
Stop
So
it.
yeah.
tomorrow when Good Logic comes in, are you prepared mentally for that debate?
I don't think I can ever be prepared mentally for debates with conservative lawyers, but I can try to be. Or I can be prepared mentally, just not psychologically.
Are you going to
know?
bring up the DNC chair at all, or is that really you don't think he's going to have an interest in that?
I doubt he'll have an interest in it.
Okay.
Who is isn't the RNC chair like a Trump family member?
Laura Trump?
Jesus, they don't even try to hide it, man. They don't give a fuck.
Why don't we get our own Trump? There's the Trump.
This guy just said we're not
niece.
going to have our own cult of personality.
True. What did you think about that? Because you kind of have a cult of personality. People who just
Not that much,
sycophantically
Jesus.
follow you and make
No,
excuses.
I
and
wish they
sweep.
were sycophants. I'm trying harder on banning less sycophantic people
Oh yeah, not what I heard.
to keep more sycophantic people.
Okay. Before we're gonna do some concluding thank yous. And we'll get out of you guys' hair. Thank
What
you.
do you
guys.
see, what do you want to see in these interviews? Where do you like? God, I wish you would have asked this fucking question. I wish you would have pushed him on this.
I almost
Yeah.
think my favorite moments were when you guys were connecting person to person. So, for example, when Martin O'Malley was rizzing you and you were like your feet crossing and like, you're in a slumber party,
Yeah.
and when you were talking about being a gamer, I almost wish there were a couple more of those moments because I think those are really cool and it gets a sense of their personalities. And you could tell, I think Skoufis especially, it started maybe a little stiffer, but he really got more comfortable as it went on. I think O'Malley was more consistently comfortable and but like every time that you guys were able to connect on maybe stuff that isn't as DNC chair related, although you should definitely keep that stuff in, I think the personality is something that your audience wants to see. I think it's important also for them to get a sense because at the end of the day, these are all people. You're putting people into positions of authority. I had this conversation with Kyle Kalinske, and you guys
Wow,
should really
your new
watch that.
fucking best friend. I see. Yeah. What is that? The 15th mention?
But-
yeah. That's great.
So,
Do you want? If you want, I'm sure he would fly up and do the interviews tomorrow. I could just fucking leave if you want to just,
can we keep the name? I'm just joking. I'm
No,
just
you
joking.
can't. Fuck you.
What I was gonna say is, it's even if you were to agree with RFK on 80% of what he believes, because his mind, I said,
Is
put
half
aside,
eaten.
yeah,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
put aside the worm.
What's left of it? Yeah.
You can't rely on it to be making the right decisions based on the right framework. Based on it's not following a coherent logical track. So you can't like in the next crisis. You don't know that he's going to be responding to stimuli in the way that he should or to evidence. And so that's why I think the personality stuff here, I mean, they're going to have to communicate to other real people. And so I think that those moments of personality, even though it may seem like these guys are just insiders, whatever, if we're trying to have a party that's more communicative, more collaborative, I think that personality, communication is a big part of that. And so I like those little moments that you have. And I think you brought that out effectively.
I agree. I hope Democrats show more of it.
Yeah,
Did you see
me too.
when did you see when Biden was sitting at that long table and I think the reporter was like, is it true? Why did you pardon Hunter, your son or whatever? And Biden was like, welcome to America.
God, we'll never see the likes of him again.
Is he going to the inauguration?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
it's
course
okay.
he would. What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it.
Yeah. Are you going?
Rest in peace. Is it a public affair?
He's not dead.
I was gonna say rest in peace to Jimmy Carter,
Oh,
who is dead.
yeah.
It's kind of crazy how long that dude lived. It was weird. Like every now and then I have to like manually connect in my mind that like the Jimmy Carter that just died was the same Jimmy Carter that was like big in like Israeli like Middle Eastern affairs or whatever. 50
So is
years.
Israel with you?
Huh? Well, that's because it's the only thing I know about, so I have to talk about it as
Name
much
the
as possible.
Egyptian president who was part of that agreement.
You think I don't know?
Sounds like you don't.
You really don't think so?
Sounds like you don't.
His name was Anwar Sadat. Fuck you, okay?
How did he die?
He was assassinated. Yeah.
That arc had. You know what? He retains more information now than he did before. Any concluding thoughts on the interviews? What are you looking forward to in terms of tomorrow's debate? We'll tell you more about the candidate.
I don't know what we're debating. I don't know why that's a thing, but it should be fun. I have no idea why that's lined up, but
Yeah.
yeah, it should be interesting.
You don't know why?
No, what? It'll be entertaining. I guess.
Because
Yeah.
it's fun.
I hope that as we do this
Yeah.
next, I don't know when our next event is, within the next 2 weeks, I imagine.
Yeah.
Right. I hope we can work in more people.
Yeah.
That are in this area or want to come to this area to have a debate or conversation. So whether that's other large YouTubers, whether it's other influencers or talent, you look like you're going to say something. Yeah. Who?
Yeah. So
Yes, Kyle Kalinske, you're invited.
no.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is, we were pretty sure that there'll be someone else sitting in this chair next week, helping you along your journey as you meet different members of the Greater New York community, and then the DNC chairs. He has a name, and his name is Josiah Pondering.
That's his real last name?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
cool.
do you think Pondering Politics comes from?
I thought it was because he was a lost child in the woods. He doesn't really know what he believes in, so he's just kind of like pondering and thinking about it, and
Yeah, I think he's released as Josiah Pondering. You don't believe me, do you?
They what? No, of course not.
I can't tell.
Gee, do you believe me when I say that you're Italian?
I don't know. You forget people's names, their faces.
I don't ever.
You don't
forget
you don't know
people's
any
faces.
actor.
I do know a lot of them. Name one actor I don't know.
Um,
Got it. I win. Too late. Yeah. It's over.
ScarJo. Who's ScarJo?
Like Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
that person.
it's over for you. Yeah, she starred in the movie Mother. She was the voice in the movie Her. She was the Black Widow in the Avengers movies. No. Yeah.
Yep.
She was in the Hunger Games.
Hillary Swank.
That's not Hillary Duff, is it? That was the extent of my knowledge. I don't know. Hillary Swank, she's not the Legally Blonde chick, is she?
Elizabeth Turner.
Founding Father? Mother? That's it. That's
Fictional
all I got.
character
We should have stopped
from
at the first one.
fictional character from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
Yeah.
is Hillary Swank?
Is Keira Knightley.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, obviously. Do you know how old she was in
What
that
are we
first
talking
movie?
about?
She was 17. That's crazy.
That's yeah. And she
Very
was
young.
also
Holy shit.
she was also Padme's double. Padme played by
Hilary Swank.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Name 5 female athletes.
Female athletes? I don't even know I can name 5 male athletes. Wait. Does Alexandria Botez count for chess?
No.
Wait. Hold on.
Not one.
No. Wait. Is Sabrina Gomez the tennis player?
Sabrina Gomez.
Serena.
You just confused
the-
Selena Gomez with
No,
Serena
no.
Williams.
She's a singer. Oh, Williams. Yeah, that's one. And she's got a little sister, so Miss Williams. That's 2. I think that's tennis.
Venus.
Venus. Yeah.
I could have said any planet.
No, I would have remembered.
If I said Neptune.
Nobody's last name is Neptune. Or
Her
first name.
name.
Can we? What's the next thing?
All right,
Jesus, what are we doing?
So
Jesus.
thank you guys for watching. We have a couple thanks
Yeah.
to give out before we conclude our stream. We're concluding. And so
He's still gonna say his last name, but for the connections here, thank you, Barack.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Barack. To wrap up a great first day, we just want to shout out the people who've been working hard to bring us up to this point. First, thank you to Connor and Maxim, who run this studio, My Friend's Basement. They've gone out of their way to make sure these streams are perfect, and we love working with them. Second, we want to thank out Vita Signs, who did an immaculate rush job on our centerpiece. They're based out of the city, and they're amazing. 2 members of our community have been going nuts on the graphics and video content to get you guys hyped. So shout out to Narc and Usurp, who have been creating a lot of the stuff that, the little teaser video and some of these graphics. This is actually Narc's graphic design, this entire thing, this logo, as well as the other logos that you've seen and some of the animations. There's someone who doesn't want to shout out right now, but has been central to pulling this together. He's in the studio right now, so I want to thank you, even though it's not public. Thanks to Sam Drismala and Eric Balsbaugh, who helped us out with a lot of key intros and conversations. Thanks to Alexander Richards, our go-to man for being on the set. Thanks to myself and Steven for being the content. And thanks to the Silly Serious for being the executive producer and really just running the show here and just doing a great job. And a thanks to all of the candidates who've taken a step to talk to new media and be part of this next push to be against MAGAism, against Trump, in favor of strong Democrats, and be part of the solution going forward. So thank you, DGG, for watching, participating, keep tweeting, keep responding, give us your feedback, your comments, and yeah, have a great rest of your Saturday.
Cool.